US President Joe Biden has been mocked online for taking credit for the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas.
And the Secretary of State. Let's listen.
Good afternoon. It's a very good afternoon, because at long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas.
Online commentators were quick to question how much of a role Joe Biden actually played in the ceasefire, with this commentator saying, Joe Biden has taken credit for President Trump's ceasefire deal. Joe Biden has spent 15 months trying to get a ceasefire deal and failed. President Trump sent an envoy of his own to negotiate the deal, and due to his strength and leadership, he got it done. Don't be fooled. Nobody believes Joe Biden did this, not even Joe Biden. This commentator agreed, saying, does anyone honestly believe Joe Biden had anything to do with the Gaza ceasefire deal, when he just claimed it was Hezbollah, not Hamas, who carried out the October 7th attack? Good grief. He probably doesn't even know what day it is. Joe Biden took offense when asked who should take credit for the ceasefire between him or Donald Trump.
Mr. President, what's your call on confidence that this deal will hold?
I'm confident. Thank you.
Folks, credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke? Oh, thank you.
This commentator mocked the response, saying, Biden, who failed to reach a ceasefire agreement for over a year, says it's a joke to think that Trump had any influence over the outcome. The Arab officials claimed that one meeting with Trump got more done than Biden ever did. This commentator agreed, blasting Biden's lack of action for 15 months. Trump secured a ceasefire in Gaza while Biden, that senile, bumbling fool, sat on his hands for 15 months. Biden couldn't negotiate his way out of a paper bag. Trump comes back, threatens to unleash hell, and boom, peace. Biden's legacy? A pathetic, incompetent, and utterly useless term. Trump's return is a direct rebuke to Biden's dementia-ridden, failed leadership. The ceasefire comes a week after Donald Trump threatened Hamas, saying if the hostages aren't released by the time he takes office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
All hell will break out. If those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that. But there was, and many people are killed. They're no longer hostages.
President-elect Donald Trump confirmed and celebrated the ceasefire deal with a Truth Social post, saying, "We have a deal for the hostages in the Middle East. They will be released shortly. Thank you." And even Biden's own side is crediting Trump's role in the deal.
When it comes to the involvement of President-elect Trump's team, it has been absolutely critical in getting this deal over the line. And it's been critical because, obviously, as I stand here today, this administration's term in office will expire in 5 days.
The media is also crediting Trump with playing a pivotal role in securing the ceasefire. The Times of Israel said Trump's envoy swayed Netanyahu more in one meeting than Biden did all year. But not everyone is convinced about the ceasefire, with many commentators saying it's a bad deal for Israel. This commentator said, if it was my family being held hostage in Gaza by Hamas terrorists, I'd pay any price to get them back. But from what we know so far, the ceasefire deal is terrible for Israel. Hamas will build back and are probably already planning another October 7th. This isn't over. But whilst not everyone in the West is convinced about the ceasefire, the streets of Gaza erupted in celebration following the news.
عايز التنفيذ هتلاقوني على الواد اول واحده. غزة جاياك يا غزة، يا غزة يا عز يا رب. الحمد لله والشكر لله لوقف الحرب. الحمد لله، الحمد لله والشكر لله يا رب. الحمد لله.